It's Brittany Griner and Angel Reese. Griner wins the tap. We should have a record of how many taps that Brittany Griner does win.
99.99% of them.
I would think so. Standing at 6'9", gets the rock immediately going on the block, going at Angel Reese. May have gotten away with moving that pivot foot, but nonetheless, puts Connecticut on the board first.
Yeah, just shakes them off, and you can see how Atlanta plans to defend them, bringing that double team as soon as Griner puts it on the deck.
Connecticut coming into this game, getting a big win against the Spark, winning by 3, 84-81. Ryan Howard outside. We warned you.
Way too much space for Howard. That's something Rashid Mezian said at the beginning of the game. You gotta limit that space for Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard hitting her 19th three of the season. 3 players have hit 10 or more threes on this roster. Lulu Lacan up top, pulls up for the tray herself and finds the bottom of the net.
Quick release for Lacan. She just used that screen and re-screened off of it. As soon as she got a heartbeat, let it go.
Now mentioning going back to Connecticut, coming into this game, they're 14th in the standings, sitting at 2-8. You cannot look at that record and think this is the team that is taking the floor.
Completely different team.
Now Tillman with the dive, meets Brittany Griner on the block. In and out action, and that's the first miss for Atlanta, but Angel Reese, of course, gets the offensive rebound. Gray off the deck and off the mark.
A missed bunny right there, but the aggressiveness from Alicia Gray is what Atlanta's gonna need for 40 minutes.
Lisa Morrow. Couldn't finish on the right. Anissa Morrow, who had a 61 total rebounds in her 2 years at LSU. Double-doubles, is Ryan Howard with a quick 5 points.
My goodness, the speed that Howard put the ball on the deck with, but then the ease that she pulls up with, just such a smooth player.
Lulu Lacan coming off of the bench in her season debut with 12 points and dishes it off to Morrow for another 2.
Makes it so hard to guard Lacan. I mean, what a missing piece. You don't know if she's going for the score or for the dish.
Jordan Canada couldn't find the lane, so she sends it over to Gray. Gray working against Sanaya Rivers. And rolls that one in.
Again, another aggressive play from Gray. A lot of contact right there, but doesn't rely on the refs to make a call. She finishes.
Alicia Gray, who is leading this team in scoring, coming off of a season low, 13 points against Portland. Pull up for Diamond Miller, no good. Here comes Gray. Getting a little spin action and off again on the left. Angel Reese with her second offensive rebound, but they say she steps out of bounds. Well, this has gone back and forth with the rock. Atlanta, who had 16 turnovers in their previous game against Portland, that is an improvement, but Carlos Mesco still wants to see them continuing to move in that direction of taking care of the ball.
16 too many. You want to keep it under 15 for sure.
Brittany Griner finds the baseline and short on the attempt.
I thought she was about to try and dunk. Now, she ain't do that all season long last year. Don't be coming back.
You're still salty about it, I see. Angel Reese sends it outside to Naz Hillman and cashes in for a triple.
Just the confidence to find some shots, open opportunities, especially beyond 3 for Hillman, has fed her confidence.
The reigning reigning 6th player of the year is starting to hit her stride, tap of the back-to-back games for her in double figures. Khan was able to retrieve that. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Diamond Miller gets the and 1.
I'll tell you this Connecticut team has gotten back.
There's Diamond Miller, cashes in, and ties it at 10. Atlanta shooting just under 45% from the floor. They sprayed it out a few different times, in and out for Alicia Gray, who's still trying to find her rhythm on the offensive side to start this ball game.
Man, oh man, what it frees up. I didn't realize Alicia Gray had the shot because my attention was on the screening action in the paint.
Lacan pulls up, draws the foul, so that'll be the first against Gray, and back-to-back. Lacan short on the second attempt, and Angel Reese comes down with her 3rd rebound. So a deflection sends it out of bounds. It will stay with Atlanta. They'll get it on the baseline with 14 seconds.
Because she's been more aggressive in the paint, realizing that as her offense opens up, so does her teammates.
Ryan Howard again from 3, and this one's too strong. We've already had 3 lead changes and 3 ties in this ball game as we're approaching the halfway mark of the first quarter. Sanaya Rivers on the nail off the mark. Angel Reese already with 5 rebounds. Of course, Anissa Morrow on the other side with 3.
Something about them LSU products, huh?
Angel Reese credited Kim Mulkey, saying she challenged them in practice all the time to be better. As Ryan Howard drops in her second 3 of the ball game.
Ryan Howard has found the ability to be on a heater at any point throughout the game. She can search for her offense. Such a growing point since last season.
She went 4 for 7 from outside against Portland as there's too much contact underneath. And another foul will go against Atlanta.
This game has been going back and forth. Atlanta with a slight 2-point edge. These two teams playing very similar, but Ryan Howard, money from 3.
And also for bigger stakes as well when you think of the Dream teaming up with the King Center as the team's charitable beneficiary.
Autumn, the thing that I have not confirmed yet is if Carl Smesko gets a check. And he said, do we? Do the coaches get paid? Maybe that changes things for him too. A great hit.
He gets paid if they win a championship. There you go.
I think that's what he's going for as well as Medina Okot. Thought she had all ball on the block against Griner. The crowd agrees with her, but instead the officials said no, there was contact there. So Griner, what a incredible talent. W top 25 honoree, but also a champion and someone that we got to get to know a season ago. And Carl Smesko mentioning to us earlier that that was a player that he spoke to the most last year. Just her mind to grow and what she gives back, as you mentioned, to the younger players coming in.
And look at her, hands up, being vocal, and she learned some of that from this Atlanta Dream team, or at least she got better in that role.
Tahina Pow looking at the rim, just off the mark. And Brittany Griner thought she was going to bring the ball up there.
I thought so
she
too.
finds Sanaya Rivers. Sanaya going at Tahina Pow, pulls it out. Morrow going against Nas Hillman and Medina Okot with 2 quick fouls.
Down the stretch.
Another tied ball game at 13, just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us. Andrew Berry alongside Tabitha Turner, Autumn Johnson, explaining what this game is all about. The Commissioner's Cup. First one, and Ryan Howard, someone has to find her. That's her 3rd triple just in the quarter.
They're gonna have to pick her up a lot higher. Mezion telling us he wants physicality, but they gotta close that gap first.
Way off for Brittany Griner, too strong as Angel Reese looking up the floor, brings it up the floor, and will set things up offensively. Kennedy Burke trying to get over the screen, doesn't. Very fortunate.
Heat check.
Look on, sees the lane, takes it so good, finishing in the paint.
Had that quick first step on Alicia Gray, realizing that Okot didn't want to pick up a 3rd foul.
Look on with 6 points, and the hard foul on Alicia Gray will send her to the free throw line. Foul, and here are the first free throws for the Atlanta Dream. And who else would you want the ball in their hands outside of Alicia Gray, stepping up to the free throw line, who knocked down her 1,000th free throw in the previous game against Portland.
You take a lot of hits to get 1,000 free throw opportunities, I'll tell you that.
Everyone understands that she's made the most threes on this team, but looking at the stat sheet as well, she's made 1 more field goal as well than any other player. She's right under, actually, Angel Reese. So 31 and 32. So the balance of Alicia Gray offensively has been impressive.
That's an excellent assessment, Angel.
Have a stoppage of play, and if there was a foul, there should be free throws, as Angel Reese fouled before the ball came in, so it should be 2 free throws for Anissa Morrow.
Just talking about Rashid Mezion coaching, the extension of his coaching from France. over to the WNBA. He knows these players very well, in and out. Kennedy Burke, one of those players he coached a couple of years in France. Got more on her throughout the game, but just the connectivity that he's getting back with certain players on the floor.
3 consecutive double-doubles that Anissa Morrow is coming into this ball game with, and she is well on her way. 4 points, 5 rebounds. Their first season in Connecticut.
Had a season high 17 points in the win at LA just last game.
Gray gets in on the 3-ball action. And Atlanta right now shooting 55% from outside.
One thing Alicia Gray, especially one thing she learned from last season, is how to shoot herself into a rhythm. You find a way.
And quickly, a quick strike for Kennedy Burke.
Kennedy Burke learning how to be a starter, but Rashid Mezian telling me he needs her energy off the bench.
Gray working to free herself up. She's guarded by Charlize Ledger-Walker, who actually won a championship with UCLA. Free throw.
One of the best things that we could have done in the league was mic the nets.
Oh, okay. You know, it's okay. You can live through any other player now, I'm sure. Gray outside, can she do it again? And just off the mark.
Excellent box out from Connecticut, though. Both sides limiting second chance opportunities.
Both sides also shooting very well from the floor. A quick insert pass. This going to Mellon, that's just eaten up. Angel Reese all the way to the rim. And finishes for yet another bucket. That puts her at 9.
You see why?
There's our first field goal of the game.
You see why the Dream like playing in transition. They take advantage of the numbers.
Reese deflects. 10 on the shot clock. Still going at Angel Reese on the spin, and on the second attempt gets it.
Great defense up until the end. She let up. Needed one more hedge at the rim to stop her in her tracks.
Mellon Gloma now on the board for Connecticut as we are under 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Izzy Borlaise gets fouled.
And second chance opportunity, so they want to take advantage of the numbers.
So he frustrated
themselves when they make mistakes.
As Gloma steps up for the first free throw. She gets another one as she rolls that one in. Ryan Howard in for Angel Reese, who picked up her third. Tab, honestly, I think it was more so, too, just the fact that you want to be on the floor.
Yeah.
And for such a competitor in Angel Reese to pick up her third foul, which is almost a gamble in the first quarter, now you're questioned with when do you return?
Yeah.
How much do we see her in the second quarter?
And you don't want to leave your teammates at a disadvantage. That's something that Carl Smesco talks about constantly, the right gambles defensively.
Less than a minute to play. Jordan Canada off the back. And then Gloma thought she had all ball on the take for Jordan Canada, but instead picks up the foul.
Canada fall into the floor.
We mentioned the efforts of Alicia Gray, what we've seen from Ryan Howard shooting-wise, obviously Angel Reese and what she does in the double-double department, but you'd be remiss if you didn't mention Jordan Canada and how she is the engine for this team and how she gets things going in their offense.
Just sneaky offensive score and just the push of the pace transition-wise.
Short on the second free throw. Charlize tried to get it, threading the needle on the inside. Bodies on the deck, and Naz Hillman trying to fight for it and find some friendly fire instead. And Gloma sends it back out. And Olivia Nelson-Ododa gets fouled.
Basketball just made it be a foul.
Second foul for Naz Hillman. Angel Reese already on the bench with 3. 8 total fouls for Atlanta. As we mentioned, both teams in the bonus, just a 1-point game. With the scenario again with a free throw can tie. Now Hillman comes up with the rebound and a turnover as Olivia Nelson-Ododa read that like a book. Puts them up by 1. Atlanta with 2 seconds in between the game and shot clock. Jordan trying to put everybody in their place. Some confusion on the offensive side. 5 on the shot clock. Jordan Canada up and under, finds Tillman, and that's dribbled away. Kennedy Burke with 2 left. Half-court heave. Just short of the marker as Ledger